Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga kapatid kung saan man po kayong dako ng mundo, sa dapit ng Pilipinas. Salamat po sa inyong presensya, sa inyong pag-join sa ating Bible study ngayong Saturday night. Alam ko pong bawat isa sa atin ay excited din sa mga sumusunod sa ating Bible study na malaman po ang mga reason or yung big picture, bakit po ito yung nangyayari sa ating mundo at bakit nga ba yung mga nangyayari ay makikita natin dito sa ating Bible, dahil nga po ang buong nagaganap po sa ating mundo ay tungkol po yan sa ginagawa ng Panginoon na recover po or pag-take back ng control sa earth at ng pagbuo niya ng mga tao na kanyang dadalhin doon sa heaven upang doon tumira sa heaven sa kanyang heavenly kingdom. Dahil nga po sa nangyari noong mga nakaraan, umpisa po ng ginawa ng Panginoon ang heaven at ang earth na kanyang kingdom. Meron pong nangyari at ang ginagawa ngayon ng Panginoon ay binabawi po niya ang control sa kingdom po niya na kanyang ginawa. Okay? The truth is that mapag-aralan din po natin kung nakuha ba ni Satan ang control ng heaven. Definitely, hindi po niya nakuha ang control ng heaven dahil nga po ando doon ang Panginoon. But alam natin na si Satan ay nag-rebel at alam na po natin ang pangyayari na yon. At habang pinag-aaralan po natin yung big picture na nangyari noon upang magkaroon tayo ng clear understanding what happened before and what is happening right now and what will happen in the future. Yan po talaga ang ang laman po ng ating Bible, ng ating King James Bible. Kaya nga sa pag-aaral natin na ito ay makikita po ninyo, magkakaroon tayo ng overview sa buong Bible po. Okay? At bago po tayo mag-umpisa, ito nga palang Iloilo Dispensation of Grace Bible Church. At andito po tayo sa 7040 7th Street, Lawaan Village, Balantang Harok. Yan po ang lugar kung saan tayo ay nagkukondak ng ating physical or congregational Bible study every Sundays. At kahit po every Wednesdays and Saturdays po, andito pa rin tayo. At salamat sa ating mga kapatid na patuloy nagiging katulong po natin sa pag-edify bawat isa sa atin sa pamagitan ng pag-join sa ating Bible study. Ang inyo pong presensya every time po na mag-Bible study tayo ay nakakapagbigay po ng encouragement at edification po sa amin na mga nagtuturo. At salamat po na sa inyong desire to study more about sa mga doctrines na para sa atin sa panahon ito ng dispensation of the grace of God, at sa mga doctrines na for our learning para sa Israel in time past and in the future. Ito po yung church dito sa Iloilo na nagtuturo ng tanging gospel, nag-isang gospel sa panahon ito ng dispensation of the grace of God na siyang makakaligtas ng kaluluwa ng tao. At wala na pong ibang gospel, kundi yung gospel na itinuro, ni-reveal ng ating Panginoong Jesucristo kay Paul, ang ating apostol sa panahong ito ng grasya. At yan ay walang iba kundi ang death, burial, and resurrection po ng ating Panginoong Jesucristo. Na sa panahong ito, upang maligtas po tayo, ay walang gawin kundi mananampalataya lamang na si Jesus Christ ay namatay. Bayad po ng ating mga kasalanan at siya ay inilibing at nabuhay muli sa ikatlong araw upang tayo po ay bigyan ng buhay na walang hanggan. Yan lang po ang inyong pananampalatayahan upang tayo po ay maligtas. Wala na pong iba. At ngayong gabi, patuloy po tayo at andito na po tayo sa part 2 ng ating pag-aaral tungkol po sa big picture. At bago po tayo mag-umpisa sa ating pag-rightly divide ng heavenly at earthly people na ating Panginoon, kailangan po muna natin malaman po ang big picture, what had happened actually after God created the heaven and the earth. At bago po tayo punta sa ating part 2, ay kunti lang pong recap po sa ating napag-aralan last Saturday. At nakita po natin mirong dalawang kingdom po na ginawa ang ating Panginoon. Yan po ang heaven, at nag-iisa pa lang po ang heaven sa time na yan, dahil ang pagkasulat po dito sa Genesis chapter 1 ay singular po yan, heaven. Kaya tiyak po na iisa pa lang ang heaven sa panahon na yan. At makikita din po natin na iisa din lang ang earth. At wala pong na-mention po dito na may mga planets na ginawa ang ating Panginoon. Wala pong makita sa Biblia na may ginawa ang ating Panginoon na mga planets like Jupiter, like Saturn, like Mars, kung ano-ano pa yung mga planet na yun na tinuturo sa atin sa school. Wala pong makita dito po sa Biblia. Okay? Ibig sabihin, isa lang po ang ginawa ng ating Panginoon, ay earth lang po, at wala nang iba, at saka yung heaven. Yan lang po ang ginawa niya. So ang science po nagtuturo ng napakaraming mga planeta, at meron pang na nilagay niya sa universe, Milky Way. Ngunit sa katotohanan po, wala po yan sa Biblia. Ang meron lang po sa Biblia na ginawa nating Panginoon ay heaven at saka earth. At yung heaven na yan, makikita natin later on sa ating pag-aaral na naging plural na yan, dahil nga sa pag-restore ng Panginoon sa earth ay gumawa pa siya ng dalawa pang heavens. Okay? Ngunit ang earth po, nag-iisa lang talaga hanggang ngayon. Wala na pong nadagdag dyan sa earth. So, at nakita po natin na yung heaven ng earth na ito, nung ginawa po ito ng ating Panginoon. At alam nyo, nung ginawa ito ng Panginoon, nung ginawa niya yung heaven and earth, wala tayong enough information kung gaano ang gap katagal niyan. Ginawa muna niya ang heaven, then matagal pa bago nagawa ang earth. No? Wala po tayong information about that. But ang alam lang po natin is that na meron siyang ginawa na heaven at saka earth. At yung ginawa na niya ang earth, at alam naman po natin niya yung heaven na yan ay naging dwelling place po nating Panginoon. Yung heaven na yan nasa Genesis chapter 1 verse 1. At ang earth naman ay alam naman po natin according to Job na nung ginawa po ng God ang earth ay yung mga angels po ang kanyang kasama. They were so glad, they were so happy that sabi po ng Job 38 na binasa po natin, they were singing during the time. Basahin po natin Job 38 para magkaroon pa tayo. Ito yung time na ginawa ng Panginoon ang foundation. Umpisa pa lang. No? Foundation pa lamang ang ginawa, yung mga angel tuwang-tuwa na po. Okay, sabi dito ng Panginoon kay Job when he was questioning Job about his knowledge of how God created the earth. Sabi dito, where was thou when I laid the foundation of the earth? So the earth ay mayroon pong foundation, at alam nyo, almost all construction, no? Alam ng mga pandayan, ng mga contractor, ng mga engineers, na pag gumawa ka ng isang bagay, ay kailangan talaga mayroong foundation, so that it will not be moved upang maging matibay yun. Okay? So sabi dito, declare if thou hast understanding. Verse 5, who hath laid the measures thereof. So talaga yung earth nung ginawa ng ating Panginoon, mayroong sukat. Mayroong yung sukat from one end to another end. Okay? From one end to another end. Mayroon pong sukat. Yun. Ibig sabihin, nung ginawa yan, sinukat talaga ng Panginoon ang tamang sukat upang maging perfect yung pagkagawa niya sa kanyang creation. Kaya kagaya din ng mga panday, ng mga contractor, pag gumawa yan sila, talagang mayroong sukat yan, kinukompute talaga yan, upang maging balance, matibay, okay? Or who hath stretched the line upon it, kailangan may linya, okay, to be sure of straight, yung straightness, no? Pagka, tawag dun sa Tagalog yung straight, yung matuwid, ang pagkatuwid. Okay? Ganon. Then, sabi dito, verse 6, whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened. So, yung line na yon, other line, doon yung foundation, fastened or nakapako or nakapundar, or who laid the cornerstone thereof. So, yung nagpundar ka na isang construction, meron din yung cornerstone. Okay? So, verse 7, when the morning stars. So, ibig sabihin dito ni Jesus ng God, where art thou, Job, when the morning stars shall sing together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. So, why do you think the morning stars, no? And all the sons of God. Sino ba itong morning stars? Morning stars and all the sons of God. So they are angels. So by the time God created the earth, okay? By the time God created the earth, the angels was with him. Why? The truth is that the first creation of God, created being of God, who populate the earth in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, when God created the earth, it was actually delivered to the angels. They were the ones who lived on this earth before Adam. Okay? And their leader during the time, according to Ezekiel, was that cherub, Lucifer. Lucifer was their leader. But we learned from last Saturday that Lucifer rebelled against God. There was iniquity found in his heart, and because of his beauty, okay, na sumama si Lucifer, nag-isip siya ng masama, okay, mag-rebel siya sa Panginoon, at alam naman natin yung kanyang pag-rebel ay isinulat din dyan sa Book of Isaiah chapter 14. Gusto niya agawin ang position ng heaven and earth sa kay God. Okay? That was the iniquity that was found in Satan's heart. Alam nyo, God is all-knowing. Okay? So kaya, nasa iniisip pa lang ni Satan nalaman na kaagad ng Panginoon that there was iniquity in his heart during the time. So, there was rebellion conceived in the heart of Satan. And because of that, we also know that God, according to Jeremiah, to Isaiah, that God created the heaven, the earth, livable, so that it can be lived by whoever God will put in there. Okay? So, ngunit makita natin that in verse 2, the earth that was created by God is no longer livable. It was submerged in water, okay? And the volume of water actually that enveloped the earth during the time was until heaven. And during the time, there was no second and first heaven. Okay? So, because of that rebellion, God judged the earth, judged Satan. And the earth was submerged, was enveloped by water in verse 2. Okay? So, why? Bakit naman napakapangit ng ginawa ng Panginoon? Nasabi doon sa Isaiah na it was beautiful, no? Ang pagkasabi diyan sa Isaiah na ang ginawa ng Panginoon ay maganda, livable. Ha? Ginawa niya yung earth para matirhan. Bakit dito sa verse 2 ay napakapangit? Dahil nga nung malaman ng Panginoon yung iniquity na nakakonceive sa heart ni Lucifer together with the angels that was here on earth under the rule of Lucifer, no? Ay God judged the earth. At yung kanyang pag-judge sa earth during the time at sa kanila ni Satan is that he enveloped or submerged the earth by water. And that water actually reached heaven. Okay? Yung third heaven, because during the time, there was no first and second heaven. Kaya tingnan mo sa verse 2, sabi dito, and the earth was without form. Okay? Bakit ba naman ang Diyos ba gagawa tapos ang pangit, wala palang form? Pag ang Diyos ay gumawa, perfect yun. Okay? Kaya yung earth na tinirahan muna ng mga angels bago human being, bago Adam, it was a beautiful earth. And it was actually populated by angels under the leadership of Lucifer. Okay? Then sabi dito, and void. Bakit naman yung ginawa niya sa verse 1 nagiging void na sa verse 2? Kasi nga, something happened in between verse 1 and verse 2. And darkness was upon the face of the deep. So, kadilim ang nasa ilalim, no? Ang sa mukha ng kailaliman ng tubig. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Ito yung maganda. Pag-move na ng Spirit of God upon the face of the water. So, verse 1, ang isang makita natin pala na nangyari noon, or ang big picture, part of the big picture na napag-aralan na po natin was that God created the heaven and the earth, and He lived, actually, God dwells in that heaven, and the earth was delivered to the angels, to some of the angels headed by Lucifer, the cherub. But Lucifer, the cherub, rebelled against God. No? God found iniquity in his heart, and God judged. There was judgment during the time. Kaya nga, yung earth in verse 2 ay napakapangit na. Okay? But this earth that God created whom he judged, after knowing that Satan will rebel against him. Okay? So, ngayon, ang nangyari, ang kanyang creation na ito na kanyang na-submerge sa water, kanyang ni-restore. Kanyang ni-restore. Hindi niya pinayagan si Satan na manatiling magro-rule doon sa earth na yon na kanyang ginawa in verse 1 of Genesis. Hindi niya pinayagan si Satan na patuloy na maghari, kundi kanyang hinukman, kanyang na-judge yun, at nagiging unlivable. In verse 2, there was darkness, there was water all over the earth, there was no place, actually, that this earth was livable in verse 2. Dahil nga, na-judge na ng Panginoon. Ngunit, yun ay ginawa ng Panginoon dahil ayaw niya manatiling control ni Satan, ni Lucifer, ang earth na ito. But, in verse 3, God begin to restore the earth. Kanyang ni-restore ang earth, starting in verse 3. At hindi natin alam ang time, kung gaano katagal yun, no? Bago niya ni-restore, kung gaano katagal yung pag-rule ni Lucifer sa earth na ito, dahil timeless pa noon. Yung mga nakatira dito, ang nakatira sa heaven, timeless. Bakit? Mga eternal being. Ang nakatira sa earth during the time was timeless din dito, dahil nga ang nakatira dito mga eternal being. The cherub, Lucifer, is an eternal being. The angels that God made, that He created to join Lucifer on this earth, was also eternal being. That is why there was no time during the time. Okay? Kaya hindi naka-record dito kung ilang years ang nangyayari na yan. But in verse 3, God started restoring the earth that He judged, okay, after knowing Satan's rebellion against Him. So, verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. So, inumpisa ng Panginoon i-restore ang kanyang earth na ginawa. But, ni-restore niya ito, hindi upang patirhan ulit kay Lucifer. Okay? At alam naman natin kung sino ang titira dito sa earth na ito na kanyang nire-restore or binabalik. And by restoring it, God put first light. Okay? And sabi dito, verse 3, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. By God's word, light been there. By the time God declared that there will be light, okay, agad-agad, mirong ilaw. Okay? Kaya, listen to this. Wala pang araw, wala pang moon, wala pang sun, meron ng light. Okay? Meron ng gabi. At meron ng, tawag dito, meron ng araw. Merong light, merong dark. Merong light, merong darkness. Tingnan mo dito. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided light from darkness. Okay? Verse 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night. So, meron ng araw, meron ng gabi, wala pang moon, wala pang sun. Okay? Yan yung nasa Bible. Kaya, alam nyo, in this study, not only we will be able to see, no, the truth about creation, that we will be informed in this study also that the earth actually is not a ball, is not a globe. Listen to this. Paano mapuno ng water ang earth kung hindi yan naka-container? Ibig sabihin, the earth is inside the container. Dahil kung globe yan, as being taught by science and NASA, paano makontain yung tubig if globe yung ating earth? So, Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2 will automatically debunk all the science taught us about the earth. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, the earth is being inside a container, and that container is until the third heaven, kaya nga napuno ng tubig. Okay? Dahil kung yung earth is like what the NASA and science portray or taught, then it will be impossible, no, that the earth will be submerged in water or can be enveloped by water. Because, paano mapuno yung ball? Ay, meron bang ball na malagyan mo ng water? Okay? Besides, if the earth is like a ball, then walang water doon dahil mahuhulog. Okay? So, ang sabi niya dito, before sun and moon and stars was created, there was already day and night. But still, it is timeless. Okay? Verse 6, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the water from the waters. So the earth being inside the container and submerged by water submerged in the water until until heaven. So God put a firmament. Naglagay pa siya ng firmament or heaven. So there is now another creation of heaven. Okay? O, tingnan mo ha. God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the water. Yung tubig na pumuno sa earth hanggang heaven, naglagay siya doon ng firmament in the midst of the waters. Sa kalagitnaan ng tubig. Ibig sabihin, kung ito yung baso puno ng tubig, dito sa gitna banda naglagay siya ng divider. So, dinivide niya yung tubig, no? Na sa gitna banda, naglagay siya ng divider. So, may tubig na ngayon above the firmament na bago niyang ginawa. At meron ding tubig below the firmament na kanyang ginawa. Okay? So, yung firmament na yon, the purpose of that firmament is to divide the waters that envelope the whole earth until heaven. So, ibig sabihin, paglagay niya ng firmament, mayroong water sa taas ng firmament, mayroon namang water sa ilalim ng firmament. At yung firmament na yan, alam niyo kung anong tawag niya dyan? Sabi niya, and God, verse 7, and God made the firmament and divide the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which are above the firmament, and it was so. Verse 8, and God called the firmament heaven. So, yung ginawa niyang firmament na mag-divide sa tubig na hanggang doon sa third heaven, Tinawag din niya na heaven. So kaya dalawa na ang heaven. Ang heaven sa verse 1, which is the dwelling place of God, and yung bago niyang ginawang firmament na tinatawag din niyang heaven. Dalawa na ngayon ang heaven. Okay? So, ang firmament na ito ay napakatibay. Very strong that it can hold the water that are above that firmament. Alam mo yung pressure ng tubig, napaka-strong yon. Ang mga dam, kung hindi lang matibay ang mga dam, kagaya ng mga dam natin dyan sa Lamisa Dam, sa Maynila, napakatibay nun. At saka talagang mini-maintain so that it can hold water. Because water is very strong. Okay? Kaya, could you imagine kung ano katibay yung firmament na yan na tinatawag na heaven? Na yan ngayon ang second heaven? It is very strong that it can hold all the waters that are above that firmament. Napakatibay yan. Paano ba yan dinidescribe ang firmament na yan? It was described as, tingnan natin sa Ezekiel. Tingnan natin sa Ezekiel 10:1. Ezekiel 10:1, yung firmament na yan, napakatibay. Ang tawag dyan, dito sa Ezekiel, tama ba ko? Ezekiel 10:1, sabi dito, Then I looked and behold, in the firmament. Okay? Habang si Ezekiel, binigyan siya ng vision, inaalaw siyang makita yung mga heavenly being doon sa taas ng firmament. Nakita niya dito, Then I looked and behold in the firmament, nakita niya sa firmament, that was above the head of the cherubims, there appeared over them as it were a sapphire stone, as the appearance of the likeness of a throne. So, it looks like a crystal. Very strong. Tingnan mo sa Isaiah 40:22. Isaiah 40:22. Paano pagkasabi dito itong firmament na ito? Sabi dito, It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, and the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers, that stretch out the heavens as a curtain, spread them out as a tent to dwell in. So, ang pagkita ni Isaiah, it was like a tent na nakaspread doon sa ibabaw. And sabi dito, and spread it them out as a tent to dwell in. So, yan yung firmament na yan. In Job, tingnan natin sa Job 37:18. Job 37:18. Paano pagka-describe nun? Firmament na yun. 37 verse 18. Sabi dito, Hast thou with him spread the sky, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. So, parang glass ang pagkakita ni Job, no? Ang sabi dito ng Panginoon, sinasabi niya pala ito kay Job, na ang firmament na yan, sabi niya dito, which is strong, and as a molten looking glass. Alam nyo, yung firmament na nilagay ng Panginoon dyan, no? Na nagsasalo ng water above the firmament, ay it is a molten glass, sapphire glass. Hindi basta-basta mabibreak, hindi basta-basta mabibiyak. Kaya tingnan mo, ha? Bakit, alam mo ba kung bakit pag walang clouds, makikita mo ang taas natin ay blue? Dahil water yon above that glass firmament na tinatawag na heaven. Tubig yun nasa taas. Kaya tingnan mo, blue sky. Okay? At yung nakasalo dyan, upang hindi sila mahulog dito sa atin, sa earth, ay strong, like a tent na nakaspread, parang molten glass, transparent, na si Ezekiel, nakita niya doon yung trono ng God doon sa itaas. Ha? So, the earth actually is covered by a glass or heaven that holds the water that are above that firmament. Okay? Kaya alam nyo, yung firmament na yan yung sinisira, yan yung tinitira ng rocket ng mga satanic tawa dito. Those who are controlling the earth, running the earth, gusto nilang sirain yung firmament na yan. Hindi nila alam na pag nasira yan, tinitira nila ng rocket, kagaya ng rocket ni Elon Musk, pumunta doon, nakakurit pa, makikita yung scratch niya nung tumama siya sa firmament. Because that firmament cannot be broken by any man-made armaments, even rockets. Even the most sophisticated rocket created by men cannot break that firmament. Okay? Only God can break that firmament. So God, on His, by the time, at this moment of time, God was restoring the earth that He actually destroyed during Satan's rebellion. Because He will not allow that Lucifer, who becomes Satan, will continue to rule over this earth. So He destroyed, He judged the earth, fill it with water that it will not be livable, even to the group of angels that rebel together with Satan. No? But God, in verse 3, started restoring that earth. And He put first light. And the second thing is that He put a firmament. Then, what happened after that? Verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven. So there is now two heavens. The heaven in verse 1 and the heaven which is the firmament that God put in the midst of the water to divide the water that are above the firmament and the water below the firmament. So, then God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. Okay? So, that was the second day of God's restoration the earth. He put light first, then firmament, then verse 9, and God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear," and it was so. So, what God did actually is that all the waters that was under the firmament or under the second heaven, He gathered all the waters in one place. Kaya tingnan nyo, one place. Bakit one place? Kasi yung ocean, yung water na yan, yung dagat na yan, yung sea na yan, i-connected lahat yan eh. Connected lahat yan. Isang lugar lang yan. Talagang magsisettle yung water. Inipon ng Panginoon yung tubig sa ilalim ng firmament, kinumpres niya yung tubig na yan, inipon niya hanggang lumabas yung dry land. Okay? Kaya mirong earth. Kaya lumabas yung earth, sabi niya dito. Oh. Sabi niya, and dry land appear, and it was so. At ang dry land na yan, anong tawag niya? And God called the dry land what? Earth. Earth. Lupa. Okay? And the gathering together of waters called He seas. Dagat. And God saw that it was good. So, meron na ngayong seas, meron ng water, lahat ng water. Alam niyo, during the time, there was no living creation during this time na nasa water. Wala pa. Okay? Sa lupa, dito sa chapter verse 9, nobody lives on dry land during the time. Wala pang nakatira. Okay? But pagkumpris ng Panginoon sa water, putting it in one place, the dry land appears. Yan yung dry land nung time before ni Noah. Okay? Kaya hindi natin alam yung dry land noon, baka iisa lang yun. Hindi natin alam yung geographic position nung time na panahon ni Noah, dahil nga iba naman yung na-destroy naman yun nung time ng flood ni Noah. Kaya before the flood of Noah, hindi natin alam. Wala tayong record na nakalagay. Alam natin that there was dry land, pero hindi natin alam kung nagkalat-kalat ba yon, may mga islands. Dahil ang sabi lang dito, dry land ay nag-appear. It could be all the land during the time. Pwedeng isang lugar lang, wala na mga islands, at isang lugar din yung tubig during the time. So, na-change naman yon nung panahon ng flood ni Noah because there was earthquake during the time. So much earthquake that the waters came out from the bottom of the earth. Okay? So, ang dagat, tinawag niyang seas. Verse 11, and God said, let the earth bring forth grass. Okay? So, yung earth, nagkaroon na ng mga grass, herb, yielding seed. At yan yung mga, kaya yung answer, kung saan bang una, yung seed, o yung grass, o yung mga herb, sabi talaga sa Bible na una muna yung mga grass, na una muna yung mga tanim na nag-yield na mga seed. Okay? So, halimbawa, yung mga tanim dyan na mayroong seed, una muna talaga yung tanim. Kagaya din yung tanong nila, saan ba na una, manok o yung itlog? Inauna talaga yung manok bago ng itlog. Sa creation, kung mabasa natin. Yung tanong na yan, without the Bible, cannot be answered. Sa nauna yung seed. Kasi hindi naman nabubuhay yung tanim. Walang seed mo na itanim. But the Bible will give us the answer that plant first, then the seed, herb first, then the seed, trees first, then the seed of the trees. That is the procreation. Parang procreation yun. So, kagaya din ng human being. human being first created because before it procreate. Okay? So, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. Verse 12, and the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So, gumawa na ang Panginoon in restoring the earth at this moment. He put on the dry land the grass, the herb, the trees, yielding seed, and that is for procreation, na para nga ma-continue ang existence ng mga bagay nito. Kailangan nila magbunga ng seed. Then, and the evening and the morning were the third day. Verse 14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament. So listen to this. The lights that was created by God here in these verses are the moon, are the sun, the moon, and the stars. Okay? Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let there be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. So, and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them. Okay? Listen to this very carefully. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. So, listen to this. In verse 14 up to verse 17, God made the sun, the moon, and the stars. Question, if you are there, actually, no? If you are really joining me tonight, I will ask you a question. Where did God put these lights? The sun, the moon, and the stars? Inside the firmament or outside the firmament? These verses will prove that NASA and science lied to us. Nagsisinungaling sa atin yung NASA at saka yung science. Bakit? Sabi nila, yung araw daw at ang buwan at ang stars napakalayo. Million of light years away. Okay? Sabi nila. But sabi ng Bible, ay nilagay niya inside the firmament. Sabi niya, doon daw yan, napakalayo. Napakalayong part ng universe. Doon yung sun, stars, and moon. But sabi ng Bible, God placed them inside the firmament. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung araw, yung moon, at saka stars, nasa loob lang ng firmament. Ibig sabihin, andito yan sa atin, sa side dito. Dahil yung purpose niyan, nung mga lights na yan, isabi dito, to give light upon the earth. That was their very purpose why God created these lights, the sun, the moon, and the stars, to give light unto the earth, not the universe or the other planets. Okay? To tell you frankly, there is no mention of any planet that God created. No? God did not create any planets. Okay? The pagan people created them and named them, gave them name. Okay? So sabi dito, and God set them in the firmament. So ibig sabihin, yung firmament, since ang firmament is in between of third heaven, of the heaven in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, and the earth, dahil nga in the midst of the waters, no? In the midst between the earth and the heaven, God put another heaven or firmament. So napakalapit lang pala ng araw sa atin at ng moon at ng stars. They are actually very near. So there was measurement of that actually in the encyclopedia. Hindi ko lang nakuha pa, no? Pero I have already record na nakuha niyan sa encyclopedia. Kung ilang 1,000 feet lang ang layo ng firmament. At yung kanilang sukat, kinuhaan nila ng sukat ay actually from ice wall sa Antarctic, no? Ang ice wall na nakapalibot sa buong Earth, doon sila kumuha ng sukat hanggang doon sa pinakamalapit din sa taas ng Antarctic. So, it was, kung hindi ako nagkamali, pero i-research ko ulit yun, 38,000 plus feet. Okay? So, kung sa center ka, kung dito ka sa North Pole, ay sigurado mas mataas-taas yun. Dahil nga, yung ganyan nga ang pagkalagay ng firmament. Parang tent, parang nakaganyan. Kung kumuha sila ng measurement nila doon, yung encyclopedia, kumuha sila doon base, umpisa sa Antarctic, pataas, medyo nga mababa yon. But pag dito sa gitna, doon sa North Pole, ang pinakagitna doon sa Israel, pasaka, paakyat, medyo mahaba yon kasi nga nakaganyan yan. Nakaganyan. Okay? So, and the evening and the morning were the fourth day. So, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. So, meron ng open, dahil nga open firmament. Yung open firmament na yun, na kung saan lilipad yung mga ibon, dahil nga gagawa na dito ng ibon, ng mga birds, no? Yan naman yung tinatawag na first heaven. Okay? Sabi dito, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, yung tubig, the sea, no? Ay nilagyan niya ng mga moving creature, yung mga fishes. Sabi niya dito, that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament. Okay? So, ang tawag naman dito sa firmament, sa open na lugar na ito, yung above sa earth, above sa lupa, ang tawag naman dyan, open firmament. Ano nga ba yung firmament? Sabi ng Panginoon, heaven. Basta firmament, heaven. So, ibig sabihin, itong earth, itong space kung saan lumilipad yung mga ibon, it is called open firmament. Or, ang iba naman tawag, atmospheric heaven. Kasi mayroong atmosphere dito. Mayroong oxygen, mayroong mga bagay na sustain ng life. Okay? So, ang tawag dito is open firmament. Then, yung matibay, yung strong molten glass, ay tinatawag ngayon na second heaven or Yan yung firmament that divides the water. Second heaven na yon. Second firmament. Open firmament. Second firmament. Yung nilagyan ng araw, sun, moon, and stars. Then, third heaven, yung tinitirihan ng Panginoon. So, kaya, mamaya sa chapter 2, sabi dyan, heavens, plural na. Okay? So, sabi dito, and God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind. After their kind, ha? Tandaan natin yan, after their kind. Importante yan. Kasi that will tell us about how they will procreate. After their kind, hindi kasi pwede mag-procreate yung ibang klase. Ibang sabihin ng kind dito, after their species. Okay? After their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind, and God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful, and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. So they were blessed. They were given instruction by God to multiply. Okay? The same instruction will be given also to human, to Adam and Eve, no? Later. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Verse 24, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beasts of the earth after his kind, and it was so. So, ginawa naman ngayon ng Panginoon ay yung mga hayop, creeping things, no? Yung mga gumagapang sa lupa, mga beasts, no? Mga hayop, animals, and the earth after his kind, and it was so. Verse 25, and God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man. Okay? So, 5th day, 6th day, gumawa na ng tao. So, listen to this. Why do you think God did not create first human being? Why, before God rested on the 7th day, on the 6th day, or the last creation that was created by God was Adam? Why? Because God made sure that before He created man, all the things necessary to sustain life of man should be there already. Kasi magtataka, bakit kailangan na ng oxygen? Bakit kailangan na ng mga kahoy, ng mga hayop? Bakit kailangan na? Ha? Dahil nga ang titira at this moment of time ay tao na. Human being. Okay? Na kailangan ng mabuhay sa mga pagkain, human being na kailangan masustain ang kanyang life ng mga pagkain ng tamang temperature, na ibig sabihin kailangan ito. Kahit na yung firmament na kanyang nilagay ay necessary to sustain life. Alam nyo, kung wala yung firmament, yung second heaven, iwan ko lang kung may mabubuhay sa earth na ito. The firmament make sure no? That every living being on this earth can have life. Lahat ng nilagay ng Panginoon sa earth na ito, nilagay niya to sustain life. At yan ay mangyayari lamang kung ang earth ay covered with firmament. Yung ecology na tinatawag, mangyayari lamang. Will happen only kung covered ng firmament ang earth na ito. Alam niyo kung wala yung second heaven, firmament na yan, hindi mabubuhay ang human being on this earth. At bakit noon, before, nung bago i-restore ng Panginoon, bakit doon sa Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, wala yon, walang second heaven. Walang first heaven. Bakit? Dahil nga ang nakatira noon ay hindi nila kailangan yon. Dahil nga iba naman yung gamit ng Panginoon nung pag-create niya ng mga heaven, ng mga celestial being na yon na nilagay niya dito sa earth. Iba naman yung mga tumira noon dito, yung mga angel at cherub. Hindi nila kailangan ito. Mabubuhay sila kahit walang ecology. Kahit walang kahoy, walang oxygen, mabubuhay yung mga angel na yun. Because they are already eternal being. Okay? Wala silang flesh, wala silang mga organs na kagaya ng human being na kailangan masuplayan ng mga minerals, ng mga substance na kailangan upang manatiling buhay. Kaya iba yung earth na tinitirhan nila noon ng mga angel na yan at ng cherub na yon na si Lucifer. Kaya sinigurado muna ng Panginoon na ilagay itong mga bagay, yung araw na magbibigay ng light, magbibigay ng energy, at ang moon being the negative part ng energy, di ba? Inilagay lahat, kahoy, pagkain, tubig, lahat nilagay bago niya nilagay ang tao. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng kailangan to sustain life, nilagay muna ng Panginoon bago niya nilagay ang tao sa Adam. Okay? At listen to this. The earth that was newly restored at this moment of time was not delivered unto Satan, unlike the first earth, unlike the earth that was made before it was restored, no? The earth in Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 was delivered to Satan and his angels. They were the first to populate the earth. But listen to this. The newly restored earth was delivered by God to Adam. Sabi niya dito, and God created man in His own image. In the image of God created He him, male and female, created He them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful, and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that move upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So, the earth that was newly restored by God, been delivered unto Adam. The first man God created to live on this earth together with his wife Eve. Okay? They were given the authority to run the affair of this earth. Sa kanila ibinigay ang control, ang dominion. Pag sinabi nating dominion, that is authority, that is power, that is government of this earth. It was given to Adam. And that actually dominion will continue as long as what? They will obey God. Kailangan hindi sila mag-rebel sa Ginoo. Kagaya ng ginawa ni Satan at ng mga angels. Okay? But, alam naman natin yung nangyari. Di ba? So, dominion, authority, government, to run this earth. The one that will run the affair of this earth was delivered unto Adam and his wife. Then sabi dito, verse 30, and so every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And God saw everything that he made, and behold, it was very good. And the evening and the morning, and also were the sixth day. Okay? Were the sixth day. God is now finished restoring the earth. He made some additional creation. Hindi na siya gumawa ng earth, but ni-restore niya ang earth. But he made additional things. No? He created additional things, animals, to support life, because he will put human being, he will create human being who will govern this earth. Kaya nilagay na niya lahat ng pangangailangan ni Adam. Mga kailangan nila, oxygen, araw, ilaw, moon, stars, lahat ng kailangan nila upang mabuhay sila, binigay na sa kanila, andidyan na lahat, so that they can run the newly restored earth of God. This is the earth of God. Okay? What happened? Kaya sabi sa verse 2, sabi dito, after the 6 days, okay, the 6th day, verse 2, chapter 2, verse 1, thus the heavens, God was referring the second and the first heavens. Kasi wala namang ginawa na bago sa third heaven. Doon sa heaven in verse 1, Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, there was no improvements done because it was not destroyed by Satan's rebellion. The truth is that Satan will not actually become victorious in his rebellion. Hindi naman siya naging victorious na nakakyat siya doon sa third heaven upang agawin yung third heaven. No. Hindi mangyayari yun. But the earth, because he was living on this earth, by the time he or iniquity was found in him, kaya anong ginawa ng Panginoon? Pinuno ng water yung earth. Kaya ayan sila lahat. Saan sila dumating? Ando doon sila, nakalutaw doon sa tubig. So, saan nga sila pupunta? Hindi naman sila pwede umakyat doon sa heaven para mag-rebuild eh. Wala. Hindi pwede yun. So, ang nangyari, ni-restore ito ng Panginoon ang earth, binigay kay Adam. Kaya tingnan mo, thus the heavens and the earth, chapter 2 verse 1, referring to the second and first heaven, the earth were finished and all the hosts of them. So nasabi ko na, yung heavens dito, second heaven, kasi yan yung ginawa niya. Nung ni-restore niya ang earth, ginawa niya ang restoration, ang pag-create niya ng second heaven so that He can restore the earth. Itong second heaven na ito, wala itong profit ang third heaven. Kasi yung third heaven, walang nangyari doon. But itong second heaven na ito ay para ma-restore din niya ang earth. Were finished and the host of them. Andadiyan na lahat ang host ng second heaven, the sun, moon, and stars. Okay? Ang earth na-restore na. Then, sabi dito, and on the seventh day, God did His work. He rested on the seventh day. Verse 4, these are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. So, yan yung mga generation hanggang dito sa buong chapter 2. So, yan yung pag-restore ng Panginoon sa earth na kanyang na-judge nung pag-rebuild ni Satan sa Genesis chapter 2 at Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 na earth na sira. So nang na-restore ng Panginoon, it was delivered unto Adam. So Adam, hindi natin alam kung ilang taon na nasunod ni Adam at ni Eve ang Panginoon. Hindi natin alam kung ilang taon bago sila na-tempt ni Satan nung pumunta si Satan doon sa Garden of Eden. Bakit ba nakapunta dito si Satan? Because actually si Satan, nung mag-subside na yung water, the truth is that yung pinakalugar na mapupuntahan lamang ni Satan at saka kanyang mga angels na nag-rebuild sa Panginoon, ang kanilang mapupuntahan na lugar is second heaven hanggang earth. Kaya tinatawag si Satan na Prince of the Power of the Air. Si Satan hindi makapunta doon sa third heaven. Hindi siya makapunta doon sa third heaven. Okay? Paano pa siya makapunta doon? Nag-rebuild din na nga siya. Ito pa isa. Okay? Ayan na nga verse 2. Yan yung verse na nagsusupport ng Gapture. Dito si Roque Escalante sabi niya, no verses to support Gapture. Ito na nga, pinag-aaralan na nga natin. Anong masasabi mo sa verse 2 ng Genesis? Di ba? Ikaw nga mag-explain bakit niya yung ginawa ng Panginoon na earth, bakit without form, void. Kung hindi yan, kung walang gap yan, hindi ito Gapture, hindi ito Ture. It is truth in the Bible that in between Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 to verse 2, something happened. No? Something happened. Kaya nga ganun ang nangyari. Kaya nga ni-restore ng Panginoon yung earth. Then it was delivered now to Adam. But, yun yung ating pag-aralan next Saturday. What happened to this earth that was delivered unto Adam by God? Paano ito nakuha ulit ni Satan ang control ng earth na ito? So, yan ang pag-aralan natin next Saturday. Then after that, our big picture is complete, so that we can go on why these things right now happening, or what happened in the future after this big picture happened, what God is now doing, why He created His earthly people, and why He is now creating His heavenly people. Yan po ang ating rightly divide. Okay? So, itong study na ito, alam ko maraming tataas ang kilay. But the truth is, this is biblical. But there are some people who are very close-minded. No? We are very close-minded that cannot accept these things. And I'm not forcing anybody. But this is the result of my study. I do believe this. This is biblical. This is the truth. This was happened before. And that is part of the big picture that we are studying. Okay? So, sabi na, meron tayong dito si Rocky Escalante. Sabi niya, there was no verse. But, I will ask you, can you explain verse 2 of Genesis chapter 1, verse 2? Can you explain that? Why it was in darkness? Why the earth was in darkness? Was enveloped with water? Did God create something very bad? Can you explain that, Mr. Escalante? If you are really studying your Bible? Rocky Escalante, can you explain that? Or you are just parroting what others are saying? So, next Saturday, pag-aralan natin. So, that will be the third part of our big picture, and I believe that will be enough for us to understand what really happened before, so that we can go on of our study, rightly dividing God's earthly and heavenly people. Maintindihan na natin kaagad kung bakit ginawa ng Panginoon yung mga flood na yan kay Noah, bakit pinatay si Abel, okay? Bakit meron si sino yung kapatid ni Abel? Si Cain. Maintindihan natin kaagad yan because there are only two forces that are fighting. This is a war, a contest between Satan and between God. Dalawa lang naman yan Dalawa lang naman yan talaga ang nag-aaway dito. This is all about God's creation. The earth that Satan actually took control from Adam. Binigyan na siya Satan was already given the opportunity to rule over this earth. when it was delivered unto them first by God. But Satan, while reigning, governing this earth, rebelled against God. God judged him, including this earth, so that Satan can no longer reign over this earth. He flooded this with water, and it was described by God in Genesis chapter 1 verse 2. Then he restored it and gave it to Adam. But Adam also fell. Nahulog man si Adam. And the control of this earth, no, was turned over by Adam to Satan. So, next Saturday ay bibigyan natin ng pansin kung paano nakuha ni Satan ito kay Adam, at kung paano ang promise ng Panginoon na kanya ring babawiin ulit ang control ng earth na ito kay Satan. Thank you so much sa gabing ito for joining us sa ating Bible study. Salamat sa ating mga nag-join, even sa ating mga hindi makatanggap ng pag-aaral na ito. Okay? I'm not actually I'm not teaching theory. No? Theory, iba kasi yun eh. Iba yung theory. It could be true, it could be wrong. But what I'm teaching is biblical, at tama po yun. Tama po yun. It can be explained by Bible. It can be explained by verses. It can be explained by comparing scriptures with scriptures, spiritual things with spiritual, by using God's principle of studying the Bible, line upon line, here a little, there a little. And na-explain na natin po sa ating unang pag-aaral last Saturday kung paano yon naghari dito si Satan before Lucifer and his kingdom, the center of his kingdom, his throne was in Turkey. Okay? Diyan yung center na kanyang government dati nung siya ang naghari dito, governing those angels that God put on this earth when it was first created by God. Thank you so much, at sana po naging maliwanag po sa atin ito. Tapos natin yung ating big picture next Saturday, then makapagtuloy-tuloy na po tayo ng ating pag-rightly divide ng earthly and heavenly people of God. Magandang gabi po. Salamat sa inyong pag-join. Brother Simon Sulit po dyan sa Luzon. Sa ating kapatid kay Brother Caleb Joshua, dyan din po sa Luzon. Thank you sa comment mo po, Rocky Escalante. At sa ating mga kapatid dito sa Iloilo, thank you po sa inyong pag-join. Brad Jerome, sino pa dito? Brother Arthur Riqueruso sa Cebu. Salamat po at nandiyan po kayo. Malaking encouragement po yan. Sino pa ito? Si Brother Halili Ya Jr. Thank you for joining. Si Ma'am Shirley Rugando sa Bicol po. Brother Efren sa Kuwait, thank you pag-join. Brother Milo Saol, Brother Arnold, at iba pa po nating mga kapatid na hindi po natin mabanggit. Sister Arlene Hison, thank you po for joining. At magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Charlotte Zamora sa Cavite, thank you po pag-join sa ating Bible study ngayon. At sino pa po na parami pa dito? Brother James Sanchez, salamat po. At sa mga hindi po mabanggit, salamat po sa inyong presensya sa ating Bible study. At sa muli, ito yung Iloilo Dispensation of Grace Bible Church. Tanging church po dito sa Iloilo na nagtuturo ng tamang gospel na siya makakaligtas, na si Jesus Christ ay namatay, bayad po nating kasalanan, siya ay nilibing at nabuhay muli sa ikatlong araw. Thank you so much at magandang gabi. Let us pray. Ama na banal, salamat po sa gabing ito. Salamat sa mga nag-join sa aming Bible study. At nawa po ay prayer po namin na maintindihan, maunawaan namin yung tamang nangyari, na siyang big picture kung bakit po nangyayari ang mga bagay-bagay na ito ngayon sa aming panahon, sa panahon ng time pass at sa mangyayari pa po sa future after the rapture, sa pagpatuloy po nyo na yung prophetic program to Israel. Thank you so much and we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.